Flaming hot fajitas. That was my craving on this day. So I set out looking for some flaming fajitas and I came across a place near my house. It also led me to a few other places because I also wanted some tacos. I wound up going to 3 places in one night. The thing is, how much could my stomach handle? Before I show you where I went to today, I thought I'd mention one of my favorite places, and I know it's a chain, but I can't go on without saying I love Roberto's. It's quick, it's convenient, good price, and if you're looking for a quick meal, like say on the way to work, or just because you're craving something like a fat burrito, then you can't go wrong with Roberto's. It's still something that I have to have in my life. If you live in Las Vegas, you can't ignore the numerous locations. Roberto's is everywhere. You can't go wrong with a California burrito or a carne asada burrito. How can you go wrong with meat and melted cheese, pico de gallo, tomatoes, onions, cilantro, salsa, or even a breakfast burrito with eggs, cheese, potatoes, your choice of ham or bacon or even carne asada. A lot bigger than an Egg McMuffin. And last year, I stopped in at a random place and I had a really fun experience. It was during a time when there wasn't that many people dining out and the restaurant was pretty much empty. I had the whole place to myself. This is Fiesta Mexicana on Rainbow and Spring Mountain. The interior design was festive and fun, and this was the first place that I tried a molcajete. What is a molcajete? Let me show you a little bit about this. It's usually served in a heated stone pot or bowl, and the thing about this is it's fairly large. It's a big meal. At least that's the case at most of the places I've been to. It's filled with tons of ingredients: shrimp, beef, chicken, chilies, cheese, a house sauce, cactus. They had all kinds of goodies. This was an incredible experience. I have an affinity to this place because it was the first time that I tried a molcajete, and the staff was so friendly and made the whole experience very enjoyable. And the food was excellent, but I don't know that much about molcajete because it was my first time trying it. I have nothing else to compare it to. If you have other suggestions on where you can get a good molcajete here in Las Vegas, feel free to leave a comment below. At the time of the video, this dish was $50 and it served about 4 to 6 people. The presentation alone is very impressive, and the ingredients themselves are crowd favorites. Shrimp, chicken, and some type of a steak, maybe flank steak, and delicious spices, oregano, chilies, and the cheese. You can eat this a number of different ways. You can eat it by itself, or you can eat it with the rice, or you can add the tortillas and the salsa, which makes it even better. But this is actually a taco because I got some tacos to go along with it. I ate about as much as I could, but there was no way I could finish it because I also had tacos and sides of rice and beans. This was a lot of food. But to me, the biggest tragedy is when you don't have enough food. And if you have leftovers, you can always take it home. On to today's food. This is Juan's Flaming Fajitas and Cantina. There are 3 locations in town. This is the Water Street location in Henderson. Before I came here, I already knew what I was going to order. I was gonna get the fajitas for 2, steak and shrimp. You start off with your chips and salsa. The salsa here was pretty good, pretty decent. The red salsa was a little bit sweet, which I liked. It had a good flavor. The fajitas for 2 comes with your sides of beans and rice and your pico de gallo, sour cream, and guacamole. Who knows why we crave what we crave, but I wanted fajitas. The grilled beef and shrimp was exactly what I was in the mood for. And I got some tacos just to see what it was like at this place. The refried beans were really good. You get your choice of flour or corn tortillas. I got a combination of both. And then it was on to making the fajitas. I usually like to put the pico de gallo, sour cream, and guacamole along with the combination of shrimp and steak with the bell peppers, onions, and sometimes a little bit of salsa. I prefer to put everything in my fajita because I like the combination and the contrast of flavors. I think all the veggies actually adds to the experience of the fajita. Not quite like a cheesesteak. Sometimes for a cheesesteak, I don't want the bell peppers, but on a fajita, I feel that the bell peppers and the onions adds to the flavor. The smoky grilled taste of the shrimp and the beef was great. I forgot to add the cheese, but that was okay because it stays hot for quite a while. The pictures I saw of this place with the flaming meats looked really great, but honestly, I've had better fajitas. Not that this place was bad, it's still good. I liked the fajitas here, they were pretty good. It's just not the best that I've had. I've had some fajitas where the flavor was explosive. I mean, it was extremely tasty. This place was maybe just a notch below that, but it's still very good fajitas. The cheese is a must. I highly recommend the cheese. You can also add mushrooms if you like. As far as the tacos go, they were a little bit dry, a little bit lacking in flavor. Not the best tacos I've had either, which made me want to go back to some of my usual taco places. I guess it might depend on what you're used to and what you've had to compare it with. One of my favorite taco places is called Taco y Taco. There are a lot of good taco places in town, and everybody knows Tacos El Gordo, and you probably have your favorites as well. This place is one of my favorites, Taco y Taco. There used to be 2 locations in town. The location on Tropicana and Pecos has closed down, so now this is the only location open, the one on Easterns just south of the 215. Taco y Taco has some amazing food. They have the elote, the Mexican street corn. When you get this, you can smell the cheese immediately. It's awesome with the chili powder. And if you like something crispy, they have something called the Vampiro, which is like a tostada sandwich. A generous portion of your choice of meat with the onion, cilantro, and the gooey cheese between 2 crispy tortillas. Have a listen. This is one of my favorite things here, but they also have something here called the Grand Taco. The Grand Taco is an extra large version of the taco. It's a pretty hefty taco. It goes for about $4.75. A couple of these can fill you up pretty good. These are pretty loaded. They're not small. And they have a full menu for regular street tacos. I love the tacos here, especially with everything on it. The yellow things are pineapples, and I'm adding extra fresh cream. Also salsa and lime juice. My third and final place tonight is called Bomb Tacos. I first tried Bomb Tacos at their downtown location. The downtown location closed, and now they have two, Durango and Spring Mountain area, and Pecos and Sunset. The tacos here are like $3, $4, and $5 each. But they have a Taco Tuesdays deal where you can get 5 tacos for $10. This is a very small place, and it's one of the places that I found by accident, but like I said, there are so many good places. At first glance, the tacos don't seem very large, but they are packed pretty full and they're pretty filling. The meat here is really juicy and flavorful, and that's what got me to come back. They were out of carne asada tonight, so I settled for the al pastor and the carnitas. These are pork, and pork tacos are really juicy and flavorful. I might even say they're a little bit better here than the carne asada, but that's your preference. Their salsa was bright green. I'm not exactly sure what was in the salsa. It's going to be a little more pricier than your value tacos at Del Taco or Taco Bell, but the quality is also going to be much better. But all of the places tonight were pretty good. I gotta say my favorite tacos are a toss-up between Bomb Tacos and Taco y Taco. But in any case, I was pretty stuffed, and that's gonna do it for this one because I can't eat anymore. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.